If you're waking up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, you've been blaming the wrong problem this entire time, and it's quietly destroying the quality of your sleep. You open your eyes and it's 2:13 a.m. You feel the urge, you get up, you go, you come back to bed, but something feels off. Your body is lying still, yet your mind suddenly switches on. Thoughts start creeping in. You toss, you turn, and just when you think you're drifting back, it happens again at 3:40, maybe even 5:00. By morning, you're not just tired, you feel drained, foggy, and older than you should. And here's the dangerous part. Millions of people are experiencing this every single night, and assuming it's normal, assuming it's just age, assuming their bladder is the issue. But what if that assumption is completely wrong? What if the reason you keep waking up has nothing to do with how full your bladder is, and everything to do with something happening inside your brain? Because once you understand what's really waking you up, it changes everything about how you fix it and why most people never do. Here's what nobody tells you, and once you hear it, you won't look at your sleep the same way again. You are not waking up because your bladder is full. You are waking up because your brain is no longer in a deep state of sleep. The moment your brain shifts out of deep sleep and drifts into a lighter stage, your awareness quietly turns back on. And when that awareness comes online, you begin to feel your body again. Signals that were always there, small, harmless, completely manageable, suddenly feel urgent. That slight pressure in your bladder becomes something you can't ignore. But the truth is simple and powerful. If your brain had stayed asleep, you would have never noticed it at all. That means the real problem isn't your bladder. It's your brain losing control of your sleep cycles. Now think about what your typical night actually looks like. You go to bed hoping to rest, but somewhere in the early hours, your eyes open for no clear reason. You check the clock, and it's right in the middle of the night. You feel just enough discomfort to get up. So you walk to the bathroom half awake, trying not to fully engage your mind. You return to bed expecting to fall right back asleep, but instead your thoughts begin to stack on top of each other. Your breathing changes, your body tenses slightly, and your mind starts replaying conversations, worries, and unfinished tasks. Minutes feel like hours. Then, just as you start to drift, it happens again. Another wake up, another interruption. By the time morning arrives, your sleep has been broken into fragments, and instead of waking up restored, you feel like you never truly slept at all. Now imagine a completely different night, one where you fall asleep and your body stays asleep. No sudden awakenings, no clock checking, no restless thoughts pulling you out of rest. You close your eyes, and the next time you open them, it's morning. Your mind feels clear, your body feels lighter, and there's a sense of calm energy instead of exhaustion. This is not something reserved for a lucky few. This is how your body is naturally designed to function when your internal systems are working in sync. Deep, uninterrupted sleep is not a luxury. It is a biological necessity. And when you restore it, everything from your mood to your memory begins to shift in a positive direction. To understand why this matters, you need to understand what is happening inside your body while you sleep. During true deep sleep, your nervous system shifts into what is known as a parasympathetic state, the mode where your body repairs, restores, and resets itself. Your heart rate slows, your breathing becomes steady, your muscles fully relax, and your brain remains anchored in deep, stable sleep cycles. In this state, your bladder can comfortably hold through the night without sending urgent signals. But when your system is overstimulated, whether from stress, irregular sleep patterns, or constant mental activity, your brain struggles to stay in those deeper stages. Instead, it keeps rising into lighter sleep where awareness returns. And once awareness returns, even the smallest internal sensation becomes amplified. That's why two people can have the same physical conditions, yet one sleeps through the night while the other wakes repeatedly. The difference is not in the bladder, but in how deeply the brain is able to stay asleep. The most important thing you need to understand is this: your body is not broken, and this pattern is not something you are destined to live with. What you are experiencing is a system that has drifted out of balance. And the moment you begin to restore that balance, your sleep can change far more quickly than you expect. You don't need to force yourself to sleep longer or rely on temporary fixes that only mask the issue. The real shift happens when your brain is able to remain in deeper, more stable sleep cycles without constantly being pulled back to the surface. When that happens, the signals that used to wake you up lose their intensity, and your body naturally begins to stay asleep the way it was designed to. To make that shift happen, you need to look at the key factors that are quietly disrupting your sleep each night. The first is an overactive nervous system. When your body stays in a subtle state of alertness, even while you're lying in bed, your brain never fully powers down, making it easier for you to wake at the slightest internal signal. The second is unstable sleep cycles. When your transitions between deep and light sleep become fragmented, you keep surfacing into awareness multiple times throughout the night without realizing it. And the third, which is often overlooked, is an imbalance in the very brain chemistry that allows you to stay asleep, particularly when your levels of calming neurotransmitters are not supported the way they should be, making it harder for your brain to remain in those deeper restorative states. Now, here is where everything begins to come together. Because once you understand the mechanism, the solution becomes much more precise. One of the most effective ways to support deeper, more stable sleep is by restoring the balance of your brain chemistry. And this is where magnesium plays a critical role. About 30 to 60 minutes before bed, consider using a well-absorbed form such as magnesium glycinate, typically in the range of 200 to 400 milligrams, depending on your tolerance. This is not about sedating your body or forcing sleep. It works by supporting calming neurotransmitters like GABA, which help your brain slow down and remain in those deeper stages of sleep instead of repeatedly surfacing. It also helps reduce overall nervous system excitability, meaning your brain is less likely to react to small internal signals. In addition, magnesium supports the relaxation of smooth muscle, including the muscles surrounding the bladder, which further reduces unnecessary sensitivity during the night. When your brain stays asleep, your body stops overreacting, and that is the key difference most people never address. To make this work consistently, the small habits around your sleep matter just as much as the supplement itself. Give your body a clear signal that it is time to wind down by keeping a consistent sleep schedule, and avoid overloading your system with fluids in the last 1 to 2 hours before bed so you are not creating extra stimulation. At the same time, be aware of the habits that quietly keep your brain activated, such as scrolling on your phone or exposing yourself to bright light late at night, because every one of those signals tells your brain to stay alert instead of settling into rest. Instead of expecting instant perfection, commit to testing this for 3 to 7 nights in a row, and pay attention to the changes as your sleep becomes deeper and more stable. You will notice fewer awakenings, less mental activation during the night, and a completely different feeling when you wake up in the morning. You are not fixing your bladder. You are restoring the system that controls your sleep. And once that system is working properly, your body will naturally return to the deep, uninterrupted rest it was designed to achieve. What you've learned here changes the way you look at your sleep entirely. You are not waking up because your bladder is failing. You are waking up because your brain is not staying in deep, stable sleep. And once you fix that root cause, everything else begins to fall back into place. If you've been struggling with broken sleep, constant wake-ups, and waking up exhausted no matter how long you stay in bed, then this is your starting point. Try this approach tonight. Stay consistent with it and pay attention to how your body responds over the next few days. Save this video so you can come back to it and apply these steps properly, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more clear, science-based strategies that help you take back control of your health. Your body was designed to sleep deeply, to recover fully, and to heal itself. And when you give it the right support, that natural ability comes back stronger than you expect.